Hello everyone, this is Skybrisk. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking all the anomalies I have made it in the Anomaly Showcase series. Now, disclaimer, if I click on any part other than this tier list, my whole computer goes missing. So, anyways, with no further ado, let's just get straight into this and ignore the 10 million quadrillion reptilian ads spawning across my screen. All right, so the first thing that we're going to go ahead and rank, why are you doing that? First thing we're going to go ahead and rank is our friend, the Street Strider, which is going to be a B. And the reason to why it gets a B, actually, no, C. I'm sorry for the Street Strider fans. I never really got to talk about the Street Strider all that much. I only talked about him or showcased him once. But really, it's just a creature that walks around the road and explicitly targets vehicles, not people. And the reason to why it charges at these big vehicles is because it's like dominance, like animals. So it's like an animalistic type thing with like dominance, and that's the big tough creature, but it has
Shopping
to
for your
go.
next car? What about third row seats?
But anyways, though, long story but short, our friend the Street Strider is going to have to go ahead and get a C placement because he doesn't really scare me all that much, and level of creativity isn't a lot. But I do like the concept that he doesn't just attack people; it attacks cars like an animalistic way. But I don't know, isn't that scary? It's kind of more reassuring than anything. All right, next is my genuinely my favorite. It's called. All right, the dead axis. Now, the dead axis, in my humblest opinion, is going to go ahead and get a B because the dead axis targets you psychologically for the most part. It makes you go mad whenever you're in an isolated light source, or more of like it itself is drawn to isolated light sources, and when you're near it, you kind of start going mad, which is not a terrible design. There is something I can do with this, but it just needs to be further built off of. So I'll give it a B for creativity. And I think I should have said this early in the video, guys, but we're basing these things off of creativity. Nothing else. Just the level of creativity I had when putting them into this universe I've created. I don't know. They're probably in different ones. All right, next is the Powerline Starfish, and I'm just gonna go ahead and give him a D. The reason to why I give him a D is because I just don't really find that interesting. They're just kind of like a weird alien-like creature that just kind of inhabits our world, and it's kind of suck power from our energy grids. We don't know why they're here, why they're present. They're just kind of there, sucking up all of the resource. Now, there is a bit of an unknown factor to it, so I'll be generous and give it a C, but other than that, though, these things are just kind of eh. Next, we have the Rainlings. Now, the Rainlings are interesting, but they're kind of dumb because they're just reflections that kind of gain sentience and just decide to attack their most nearest target. They're very lame. That's really it. They're just creatures that come out of a reflection of a puddle, and they just decide to go ahead and just kill you, which, if you ask me, is incredibly incredibly lame. So for that, I just put a D. However, I would say it would be interesting if you looked in a puddle and you saw a world that's like mimicking ours, but not quite. That would be more interesting than just the monster chases you when it comes out of puddle. Next is the Dusk Ravens. Dusk Ravens are gonna go ahead and get another C rating. We're gonna get a lot of C's, and that's basically because the Dusk Ravens are literally just a group of these weird unknown genus of birds that just come out during the night, or more of like dusk, because they're called Dusk Ravens, and they just hunt for victims. And basically what they do is that they don't make their victims, I'm gonna move it further up and see, because of what they do. They don't kill you, they don't swarm you, they actually make you go mad. They make you go insane when they swarm you. They don't want to eat you. They just make you go mad to the point to where you let's just say the birds aren't the ones killing you. So I think that's actually a bit more unique, but it's not all that vague. So it gets like a C rating for me. And next is the is Woodblight, and Woodblight's at the bottom because Woodblight is just genuinely, it's literally just less sentient plant that eats you. I don't know what else to say, man. Like, these things had zero thought put into them. Now, closing thoughts is that a lot of these pictures were made because of, not because of the concept, but it was mostly because of the pictures that I got or I was looking at, and I decided to put the monster in it. So the monsters themselves wouldn't be super creative. It was just more because of the image. My favorite image out of all these, in my humble opinion, is the Street Strider. Street Strider just looks really cool. It's my favorite in terms of pictures, but in overall creativity as a concept, this is the ranking tier list. But yeah, that's it. Before we wrap up here, I want to say one last thing. The next video will be an extension of this one, which is basically where I try to slightly improve each one of the things that I have ranked in this tier list, and that's about it. Try getting this video to at least 4 likes, and I bet you guys can definitely knock that one out of the park. And yeah, see you guys then.